Hi friends, this is Susie, your gaming guru, here to help you solve the puzzle of level 4340 in Candy Crush Saga as a special dedication to Mike. This is a nightmarishly hard level. I can tell by the lack of a skull, but this nightmare blue background here, where we have 30 moves to clear out 73 jelly. Now, it's not really a great time for me to be recording, but poor Mike, he had innocuous, simple messages to send me before, and he's a long-time viewer and probably a subscriber. I don't really pay attention to who subscribes and who doesn't. That's not important to me. I just love you all. But his messages were being sent to spam for no reason whatsoever, and I feel pretty bad about that. So I'm going to try to go ahead and get this done anyway. Since it's nightmarishly hard and it's not the greatest time for me to be recording, I might have to turn off the mic if this takes me too many attempts, and it probably will, because look at this. We have got 30 moves. We've got a magic mixer, also known as an evil spawner. So for every 3 turns that I take that I don't strike this, it's going to spew something out at me. I've got these candy curls, which are dissolvable, but I have to get them dissolved. I've got dark chocolate, and that's going to start growing. This is only 1 layer thick right here, but this is 2 layers thick, and it can get up to 3 layers thick. And even though it can't go beyond its bounds right now, we're going to be opening things up, and then it can grow outward, but right now it can grow upward. And then we've got this licorice lock here, and these cutouts to cause isolation. And very few moves we can make, because I'm noticing now we have 5 colors on the board. So let's see where we can break through. But look at this, very few options. I'm going to try to figure out how to get through spots. I'm going to be looking at that. Now, it looks like it's a licorice lock that covers this over. Not healthy for me. Ticking time bomb set at 15. That's not terribly obnoxious in my opinion, as long as it kind of stays out in the open. This one, if I opened it up early, would present problems. But I can't open it up early. I'm nowhere near over there. Although, like, if I get like a stripe and it drops down, I might have a hard time recovering from that. Okay, so, and this one isn't easy, especially because look at this. I only have 1 move I can make on the board. So Mike, we have to realize that on some of these levels, luck is necessary. If I don't get luck to just get a purchase on this board, to start crashing through these things, then I'm not going to have any chance whatsoever. But I don't want people to assume that luck is enough, because I can take a lucky board and ruin it by playing poorly. So this is not a lucky board, and I'm not ruining it, and I probably won't win. I'm not ruining it, the board is ruining itself. But if I make wiser moves, like over to these candy curls, and I haven't been paying very much attention to that, then I can probably set up a luckier situation. Sometimes, no matter what we do, we just don't get enough luck. But sometimes we can encourage the luck to show up by playing wisely. I'm going to go ahead and undo that licorice lock right there. I think that was a good choice. I'm trying to get closer and closer into here because this is obnoxious. It's continuing to create problems. If I don't take it out, it will give me grief over and over. But I only have 1 move here. That's all I can see to do. That opened up another move. And look at this. I'm nowhere near where I need to be. So even though I made some poor choices in the beginning, this whole thing is not going my way. This is about ready to spew out again. I could do this, and I kind of like that, getting from the top. Or I could do this. If I don't do this, it might get covered over. But I think this is a better choice. I think maybe moving over to the left upper area is going to be the best way to approach this board, if and while I can. Oh, a bomb exploded. Well, I had already kind of given up on this level. I wanted to see just what I was in for. So I'm going to pause the recording. I'm going to come back. I'm still going to come back with sound. I'm going to wait until I understand the strategy of the board a bit more before I go off mic, so that so that I can make sure that I'm making the best choices and giving us all a good opportunity to make inroads into this board. I'll be right back in just a bit. All right, I like this. It's not over here. I actually like the blue as well and the purple. This is what I'm going to do. This still has 3 turns. I'm going to do this to open this up and make a wrapped candy here and then a wrapped candy here. I'm going to try to fill this board with wrapped candy so it can't stand against me. I'm not going to set it off yet. It's okay if it goes off on its own. Look at this. I'd love to do a wrapped combo. It's more explosive, but it would take an extra turn to set it up because if I make a wrapped here, then I would have to take out the intervening green, and things could explode while I'm waiting. Now, I still could end up making this stripe and have 2 red follow it, and I don't get to use the stripe the way I want, but it's a lot less likely. And now I can hit this and hit a lot of other things in the process. And it's going to set off this wrapped candy, which is going to sneak down here and attack. So I like that. I could make another wrapped, but again, it would bring the blue down and I could make another wrapped. I'm getting the opportunity to make some wrapped combos, but I think I'm going to go for this stripe. The other opportunity is just to strike this immediately with this blue, and that would take out a rivet and slow this process down. But I need big, bold moves, so I'm going to do this. And then I think I'm going to do this, reach over to the edges, clear that out. And I'm still getting some progress here. I'm not getting up here like I had wanted. And I do want to keep hitting this. So I have to readjust my strategy. I could do this, and that's not a bad move. I could do this, and that's not a bad move. I'm going to do this. I'm in a position now where I think I'll be able to take this out fairly soon before it has a chance to do much more damage. Maybe, kind of, no. Let's do a bit of that. Let's make this stripe, and then there we go. That's gone, and it explodes with force. Wrapped. So I'm getting a bit of luck. I don't know if it's going to be enough. We need so much luck on this board. But that wrapped is enough to take out a lot of chocolate. I'm making a color bomb. It's going to take out the most prevalent color, which has some value there. And now I've got chocolate on the board that can only grow a little bit. This can't grow at all because it's capped off with a licorice lock. This can only grow upward. There's no candy next to it, so it cannot grow outward. Got an opportunity to make a color bomb. I could do this wrapped. I could do this stripe. Is there any way I can get things together or take out those candy curls? I think what I'm going to do is make this stripe here. I don't see this wrapped being particularly beneficial. Once it gets down here, and especially in the corners, it might be. This stripe looks pretty good, though. It's funny, this isn't growing because it can't grow outward. I'm not sure what's going on there. So I could take it out entirely, which I kind of like, but I also like this move. So I'm going to let this maybe try to take off on its own. I could just take out all green. Taking out a color is good for concentrating things down. I could make this wrapped candy, or I could turn it into a stripe. I could set these off together. Take out that chocolate. I could take out all blue. I don't see where that would be handy. I could set off these stripes. I think I'm going to try to bring the stripes lower so I can double hit this. Still not getting this together. I could bring this blue down, and that would bring this down 1. But I don't see a way to get this to match this. I think it's going to be to my advantage to take out all green. It's going to help over here, it's going to help over here, and it's going to concentrate the colors down. So it's going to make it a lot more likely that I'll get more specials and combos to help out. Now I've got the chocolate that's likely going to grow, but I'm going to do this and not worry too much about that chocolate right now. Let's do this and try to get the orange so we can take out that bothersome chocolate. I could do this. I've got too many little pockets of things to get this all to work out, I think. But I got so much closer on my second attempt with luck, and I don't know that I was very skillful in this. I didn't win, at least. But I do think that I set myself up for some good situations. This is a Hail Mary, a last ditch effort where I'm just going to blow things up and see what happens, and it's not likely to be very helpful, but cascading can produce some results. So there's my second attempt. I think that's a good one to show the strategy of working over to the left as far as possible, taking out that magic mixer as soon as we can, going after the chocolate but not being focused on it. And we had that peculiar thing where the chocolate wasn't growing. I think it's worth it just to leave it for that aspect. So I'm going to pause the recording and come back without the microphone until I get this done. See you in a bit. All right, well, that was a lot quicker than I expected. So I've gotten it done. Notice that I concentrated here because I had this one all wrapped up as long as nothing exploded on me. And so I was able to get that done. And with my last move, I'm going to remove these. Now I know that this is double thick, but if I use this blue stripe, it will hit once, and then it will hit the green stripe, which will hit a second time and effectively get rid of that. So thankfully, that was actually 5 turns that took me in order to go from point A to point B. really crashing through here with some specials is the way to do it. And it's hard sometimes to get those specials to set up and to make combos. But if you can do it, then you're going to make those far reaches and then just try to make the very best choices possible so you win in the end game. I hope this was helpful to Mike and everyone else. If you have any questions or comments, please put those below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.